It's like I can't see anything.
Okay. Do you feel like you're in a body?
I do, but it's not this. It's not the same.
It's a different body?
Yes.
Does it feel male or female?
It doesn't feel. It doesn't feel like it's. It doesn't feel human. It just.
Mm-hmm. Take a moment. Ask for clarity. Use your knowing. What type of a body are you in right now?
I'm having trouble seeing it.
Mm-hmm. Do you have eyes?
Yes.
Okay. You have hands?
Yes.
Okay.
But they look different.
Describe them.
They're not gray, but they're not. It's like never no color I've seen. And I don't have. I can't see my fingers. And I can't see my toes. I feel that I have feet, but I don't see.
On your hands, are there fingers? Can you move them around?
Yes.
Okay. And would you say that there's 5 of them, or more, or less?
Less.
Okay. And are you, well, so maybe 3 fingers, 2 fingers, what?
3.
3? Are they like fingers, or are they like talons, or tentacles, or what?
They feel like fingers,
Mm-hmm.
but
Are they in skin, or scales, or fur?
skin.
Okay. And do you have clothes on?
No.
Okay. And the rest of your body is covered in skin?
Yes.
And it's the same color as the fingers?
Yes.
Do you hear anything around you?
No.
Okay. And if you look up at the sky, or if you look up above you, what is above you?
It's like swirly clouds, but they're swirly.
Mm-hmm. What color are they?
The sky is black.
Okay.
The clouds are
Mm-hmm.
gray.
Mm-hmm. Does it look like rain clouds?
No.
Okay.
It's like wispy, swirly, sort of spirally.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like it's nighttime or daytime?
It's nighttime.
Nighttime. Do you see any stars?
Yes.
Okay. And around you, what is the scenery like?
I can see trees now.
Mm-hmm. Do they look like normal trees that you've seen before?
Yes.
Okay. Does this seem to you like a place that is familiar, that you come to often?
It feels familiar.
Okay. And do you feel like you live around here?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go see if we can find your residence. So maybe start walking in the direction that you think would be of an important place that you go to the most. Do you feel that you live in the trees? Or do you feel that you live outside of them?
It's becoming
It's becoming what?
more wooded.
Okay. I want to take a moment before we go along any farther, and I just want to just kind of turn around, look all the way around in a complete 360, and just kind of describe what you see and see if anything catches your eye at all.
There's a small cave.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like the cave has any significance? Is this where we just came from?
No.
Do you want to go explore it real quick before we head into the woods?
It's inside the woods.
Okay. Let's go check out the cave. Let's see what that's all about. Does it seem safe to you?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's go inside the cave. Are you able to see inside once you get inside the entrance?
It's very dim,
Mhm.
but it feels not like a damp cave. It's warm.
It's warm.
Yeah.
Is there some kind of a source of warmth coming out of there?
I don't know. It's just
Okay. Let's walk in a little deeper and see what else is in there. Does it seem like a place you've been to before?
yes.
Okay. Is it somewhere you've been to a lot of times?
Yes.
Okay. What are your general impressions of this cave as you get deeper inside? Are you seeing anything on the ground or on the walls?
It's hard to see.
Mhm.
It's like there are crystals, but
Interesting.
it's not smooth.
They're like rough crystals?
Yes.
Are they on the ground or the ceiling or on the
It's
walls?
it's like the inside of a geode.
Oh, okay. But it'd be like a giant one.
Yes.
Okay. So the crystals are everywhere,
Yes.
even under your feet?
No.
Okay. And what color are they?
It was clear when I first walked in,
Mm-hmm.
but it's very light purple.
Oh, that sounds pretty. And can you touch these crystals? What do they feel like?
Warm.
So this is where the warmth is coming from?
Yes.
Okay. Are they giving off any light or any other type of energy that you notice?
No.
Okay. And do you feel like there's anyone else around? Does anyone else come into this cave besides you?
There are animals.
What type of animals? Is it something you've never seen before?
Yes.
That's the best. And could you describe one? Can you see them or you just sense them?
I can sense them, but they've got long ears like rabbits,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not rabbits.
How big are they?
The size of a rabbit.
Okay. Do they seem afraid of you at all?
No.
No? Let's go up to one and say hi. See if they want to talk. Say, hi, little creature. How are you doing today?
He just nuzzled me.
Do these animals seem familiar to you, like you have seen them before?
Yeah,
Do they live in this cave?
yes.
Is there anything else in the cave with them?
They said that this is their spot.
This is their spot?
They're the only ones allowed in, but they
Oh,
let me come in.
oh, they like you?
Yes,
They like your energy, or they just remember you?
both.
Okay. So you've seen these animals before?
Yes.
Okay. You want to reach down and maybe pet one of them? See how they like it? What's the fur feel like?
Very soft.
Very soft. Okay. And as you're petting this animal, are you able to communicate with it at all?
It made my hand started like lighting up
Whoa.
when I touched it.
Yeah? How'd it feel?
Uh, Indescribable. It's just very soft and warm.
Wow. And it seems to like you?
Hmm.
How do you suppose they stop other people from coming in here? Since they only let you in.
I think it has something to do with the light.
Okay. Like maybe beings that they don't like wouldn't be able to see this place? Maybe it would be out of phase, or the light would scare them off.
It protects them.
Hmm. What light?
They give off light.
Oh, so like when you petted them, it's the same light that transferred to your hand.
Yes.
And maybe if they didn't like a being, then it wouldn't be a good feeling like you got.
Yes.
If you pet them with your other hand, does the same thing happen?
Yes.
Okay. This cave, do you feel like it's a big cave or a small cave?
It's small.
Okay. So it doesn't go way far back or anything. It's just the size of what they're like, kind of the room you're in.
Yes.
Okay. And so in this cave right now, we've got sand on the bottom. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And we've got crystals all around the outer edges on the top and the walls, right?
Yes.
Is there anything else on the walls and the roof other than these crystals?
On the outside,
Hmm.
it's completely covered with moss,
Okay.
except for the opening.
Hmm. Okay. And how many of these kind of small rabbit type creatures would you say are in there?
Maybe 20.
Wow. Okay. What happens if you sit on the ground there? Will they come up to you? Do they want to? More of them want to see you or not?
There are a few, but
Hmm.
they, I feel like they don't have to show themselves to you if they don't want to.
Okay. Can you ask them if they can show you what you were meant to see in this cave? Why have we been brought here today?
They said we just missed you.
Oh. And how long has it been since you've been here to see them?
It's not really a concept. They said we knew you'd be back.
Right.
So
And
it's been a while, but it's hard to describe.
right. This is kind of maybe a place that might be outside of time.
Yes.
Does this feel like you're on Earth or are you on another planet?
It feels like it could be Earth.
Mhm.
Things are just different.
Okay. Is there a name for this race of the little bunny creatures? Is there something that they go by or that people like to call them?
They're not giving me anything.
Okay. Do they live outside in the world too, or do they only live in this cave?
They can leave if they want to.
Mhm. They like it here?
They like it there.
Mhm.
If they do leave, they um, they change. They don't change shape. They just become translucent
Oh, okay.
so that they cannot be seen.
Wow, that's great. Okay. And since you have not been here in a while, could they recommend a place for us to go see and explore that we might find some meaning and enjoy?
Mm,
Would one of them be willing to be our tour guide? Maybe.
they don't. They say they don't want to leave.
Okay, that's fine. We appreciate that. And before we go outside, we're going to continue our journey, maybe into the forest. Is there any message that they would like to give to you?
They just want me to come back.
What do you guys usually do when you come visit them? Is there anything? Go ahead.
Just there are a few that still seem afraid.
Mm. And we'll just let them know that we're not here to hurt anybody. We're here to be friends.
There are the other few. It's like they're convincing the ones that are afraid that it's okay.
That's awesome. Is there any one of these that would like to step forward that might be a little less shy than all the rest?
One,
Let's talk to that one real quick. Does it have a name?
his name is Blue.
Blue?
Hmm.
Well, we would like to thank you, Mr. Blue, the bunny creature, for stepping forward to talk to us today. We really appreciate it. Our memory isn't working that good right now. Can you tell us what the purpose of all these crystals are, if they serve a purpose?
There are more caves like this.
Mm-hmm.
They're all very small.
Mm-hmm.
But they're just like energy centers for these animals.
Mm-hmm. So this means they don't have to feed on anything. They can just be in the cave and get all the sustenance they need.
Yes.
Don't they ever get bored living in a little cave?
They leave.
When they do leave, where do they like to go the most?
There are other animals
Hmm.
that live in the other caves.
Hmm. Are they friends with them?
They don't really have to do anything. They don't really have anything to do
Hmm.
that's important. They just hang out and
Sounds like a good
live
life.
their lives.
Yeah. How long do they live for? A long time, a short time?
A long time.
Okay. And can Blue tell us where we're at?
This is Earth.
It is Earth. Okay.
Yes, but it's not. It's in a higher dimension.
Mm. Would this maybe be a future timeline or just a different dimension?
A different dimension.
Okay. So this is just a different version of Earth, the same
Yes.
Earth that we know as Gaia.
Yes.
Okay. And this Earth is happening at the same time.
Yes.
Okay. It's very. Are there any humans on this version of Earth?
Not in this forest.
Okay. Could you tell us?
They can't come. They they can come in
Mhm.
when they're ready.
Okay. Is this what we call like the new Earth, maybe like the fourth dimensional or fifth dimensional Earth?
He says it's beyond that.
Beyond that, okay. And when humans come here, then do they ever stay, or are they just kind of passing through most of the time?
Passing through.
Okay. Do you find that when they are passing through that they got here by accident, or do they sometimes come on purpose?
They come on purpose.
Hmm. For what reason?
These animals can they transfer the energy to us.
Mhm. So when humans come, they're coming here to see these animals that we're in front of right now.
Yes.
Okay. And they get some kind of an energy off of these animals.
Yes.
Why? I mean, what's the point of it all? Why would they want to do that?
Because everything that is made in pure love, which these animals are made in pure love,
Hmm.
this will increase our vibration.
Hmm.
It
So,
helps us to live through our hearts.
oh, so if somebody is having a hard time on our version of Earth, they could come to see you guys and it would make them feel better.
Yes.
Wow, that's wonderful. Thank you for your service. And is there any other benefit to be gained?
just helps to live with unconditional love toward every being.
Mhm. What's the benefit of that?
There's only benefit. Because when we live through our heart chakra,
Mm-hmm.
our vibration increases.
Mm-hmm. Does that allow us to continue on past this dimension into the next one then?
Yes.
Okay. And would you say this is this seventh dimension, eighth dimension, or density as far as we know them? Can you give me a feeling about how far up the ladder this is and where the next stop is beyond this?
I think this is. He says it's seventh.
Okay. And so if Emily was to pet Blue, this would imbue her with a heart-based energy, which would allow her to continue on and up into the next dimension and see what was there.
Yes.
That's wonderful. Maybe we'll take advantage of that later on if you let us, Mr. Blue. You can help us or maybe show us how to do that. But while we're here, are there any other interesting sights to see? Is there anything else that a human from third or fourth density like us would be impressed with or interested in?
He said that's all we need to know right now.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Would you like to help us to continue on our trip then and to the next destination?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. And how do we do that? And what should we do?
I lost him.
You lost him?
Yeah.
Are you still in that cave? Have we already been moved?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so. And so let's take a moment, take a deep breath, release, relax, use your knowing, and let's have a look around and see what we see.
It's like normal clothes. It feels like we're back.
Yeah. Are you male or female?
Female.
Female? Okay. And so pretty much like present time, like right now, like just normal.
Yes.
Okay. And as you look around, do you see anything that is interesting that catches our eye other than a pink sky?
No.
Okay. All right, let's take a moment here, and a moment I'm going to count from 3 down to 1, and we're going to move to a place and time in this life that you're in right now that is important. All right, and so we'll move forward in time. 3, 2, 1. Be there now. Now, where are you at now?
I'm in a hospital.
In a hospital. Okay. And why are you there? What's happening?
I'm waiting for my husband.
Mm-hmm. Is he going to be? Is he okay?
He's okay.
Is it you that's in the hospital, or him, or somebody else?
He is.
Okay. Can we go in and look at him?
No.
Okay. Then we'll let you in.
No.
Do we know what's going on? Is this hospital you've been in before? Does this look familiar to you?
Yes.
Okay. So let's take a moment to view this from a higher perspective and try to understand why we're back in this moment and what it is we're meant to learn. What's going on behind the scenes?
They're massaging his heart.
Okay.
It's not beating.
Okay. They seem to be pretty calm. Or are they stressed out?
No.
Okay. So they're trying to get it to go again.
Yes.
Is his chest open?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a lot of blood.
Okay. And is this the past or the future?
The past.
Okay. So we want to try to understand why this event happened and what's really going on and how it's affecting both of you at this point in time. Can you get a feeling for that? What are the messages that are being sent? What are the lessons that need to be learned?
He was supposed to go through this.
Mm-hmm. He was, or both of you?
We both.
Okay. Was this a contract? Like a soul contract from before you were born?
Yes.
Have you guys known each other in other lives?
Yes.
Okay. So before you both entered this life, having known each other before, you've entered into an agreement that we're going to go through this, and one of you is going to be on one side of it, and one of you is going to be on the other side of it.
Correct.
So one of you is trying to learn a lesson, and the other one is just trying to help facilitate that? Or is this something for both of you?
It's for both of us.
Okay. What's the point of it?
Both of us for different reasons, but
Mhm. Right, because you're hitting it from different angles, so you're going to learn different things, right?
yes.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about Emily for a moment. What was the point of this event from Emily's perspective, and what was she meant to learn, and why did she choose to go through this?
To show her how quickly things can be taken away.
Mm-hmm. Why does she need to know that?
Because she has everything. And it came easily.
Mm-hmm. Is that bad?
No.
Okay. So this is going to be a lesson that somehow helps this life or helps her move on in future lives?
In the future.
Okay. Okay, so it's just part of the rounding out of the soul in a sense.
Yes.
Because in any of these other lives, were these roles reversed, where maybe Emily was the one that got sick and the husband was worrying about her? Because I've heard that you tend, what's that?
Just no.
Okay. Okay. And this is this the one of the main keys of this particular lifetime, or is it just kind of a minor stopping point along the way?
It's just a stepping stone.
Stepping stone? Okay. How can she use this event to help her in this life right now? What can she learn from it that will help her to feel better and stop having anxiety and stress?
This event was to warn both of them
Hmm.
for the sake of the children not having to deal with this.
So in a sense, maybe they were taking something for granted, and we don't want the children to grow up to take the same thing for granted. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, and this condition.
Hmm. Oh, is it hereditary?
Yes,
Okay. So we need to make sure that the children get themselves checked for this same type of problem,
yes,
and we can do something preventative to make sure that they don't end up where the husband is right now.
yes.
Can you give me some advice or guidance as what the best practice would be?
They already are having the children checked.
Excellent, excellent. Okay. So anytime this happens, the doctors know that this could be a hereditary thing and they're going to have the children checked. And so by him having this episode, but still living through it, it was actually kind of a benefit for the rest of the family.
Yes,
Okay. And so in a sense, he kind of, I guess, took one for the team, I guess.
yes.
Okay. And is he going to be well physically moving forward from this event? Assuming he adheres to best practices?
Yes.
Okay. And he knows what the best practices are?
He needs to.
What does he need to do differently or better?
He needs to stop lifting so much.
Hmm. So even after this event, he's still been lifting a lot?
Yes.
Is that for something he does for recreation, or is he doing that at work?
Recreation.
Okay. And the function that he's doing at work these days, does it seem to be okay in alignment with his best good and health?
No.
No? How could we change that and improve it?
He is doing what he can.
Mhm. So basically, as far as where he works at, he's in the best gig he can get for where he's
No.
at. No.
No. He has to get out of where he's working.
Hmm.
It's too
Like,
stressful.
okay. Too much drama,
Yes.
too much having to worry about his heart too, right? Because he might have to lift something at any minute.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Can you provide any recommendations as something that he would find fulfilling? We could recommend to him.
He knows.
Hmm. So he knows what he likes to do and what he would want to do. He just hasn't really come to grips with that. It's the best thing to do.
Yes, but it's coming.
Okay. So if he keeps his eyes open,
Yes.
then messages will come to him if he can listen to his higher self.
Yes.
Okay. And he has guides.
Yes.
Okay. Would you recommend for him to come see me?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for all the help. I really am feeling a beautiful energy coming through right now, by the way. It's very, very nice. Who am I talking to right now?
Tanisha's higher self.
Okay. Thank you. Just a moment here. I'd like to see if I have some other questions. By the way, Tanisha's higher self, I thank you for coming through today. I appreciate the help that you're giving to her. I know it's going to mean a lot. It's going to mean a lot to her. All right, and now, would it be okay if I asked you some questions?
Yes.
Thank you. These are questions that Tanisha has prepared ahead of time and sent to me. First, I would like to request that we can start a body scan. Has that been done?
It's already started.
Thank you very much. She has some concerns about digestive issues. Can you talk to us about that and tell us what's going on there?
She needs to be tested
Mm-hmm.
for inflammatory foods.
Okay. Is there anything she can switch in her diet that will help this? You know, even when we get tested, we don't always want to go on medication. We don't want to have surgeries. We don't want these types of things, right? We would like to be able to handle it ourselves. You know what I mean?
She'll just need to avoid certain foods.
Like?
Nuts.
Okay. So really high fiber things, things that are hard.
Yes.
Okay.
It's
All right.
causing inflammation.
Okay. Okay. And I would imagine that whenever she eats something that isn't appropriate for that digestion, she's going to start noticing problems within a certain amount of time. So she could listen to her body and it will tell her what's working, what's not working.
Yes.
What's the period of a time it takes between when she eats something and then the inflammation and discomfort starts? Or is it variable?
It's within 24 hours.
Within 24 hours. So whenever she starts feeling the inflammation coming up on her, she can go back in her mind and say, what have I eaten in the last 24 hours? And she could probably figure out what it was that caused the problem and take that out of her diet.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
If she doesn't stop stressing, this will cause something much worse.
Much worse. Okay. And could you say what it would cause if she continued to go down this path? Most likely?
Cancer.
Okay. Because cancer has a spiritual component as well as a physical one, isn't that right?
Yes.
Okay. And a mental component? Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, higher self. Do you feel like we've addressed this issue good enough that we should move on now?
Yes.
Right. This had to do with the stomach area, but she was just curious if there was any attachments, entities, implants, anything that was in there that was originally started that ball rolling with it. Well, let's just say anywhere in her body, first of all.
She had an attachment
Mm-hmm.
in the pelvis.
Mm-hmm.
This was removed.
Okay. When was it removed?
This was removed during Reiki.
Oh, wow, that's great. Like when she got her attunement?
Yes.
Okay. But what?
But it's starting to come back. But we can work on that.
Can you? All right. Do you need my help in any way with that, or can you just take care of it?
We can take care of it.
Okay. All right. I appreciate you. And we would like to, first of all, Is there any thought, or is it the stress? Or is this what's allowing this attachment to come back?
Yes.
Okay, so once we get through the counseling and we get over the stress and the PTSD, then that's going to close the door and make it so that this pelvis attachment can't keep coming back, right?
Yes. But if she doesn't, it will come back.
Okay. And then maybe some continued Reiki work as well, like she can, trade with some of her Reiki friends or something like that.
Yes. And
Would you
she can
recommend?
do it to herself.
She can do it herself?
Yes.
Oh, that'd be great. Okay. She had some questions about a potentially pursuing a path as a healer. Is there any particular modality that you might recommend towards her, or a particular aptitude she would have?
She would shamanism.
Shamanism. Okay.
She
So,
needs to start journeying.
how does she do that? We're talking like plant medicine or something, or campfires? What do you mean?
Because she is so connected with the earth, and
Mm-hmm.
she has a deep love for the earth.
Mm-hmm. Yes, she does.
This will help deepen that connection,
Mm-hmm.
and she can just start with a journey.
I don't know what journeying is. What does that mean?
Meditation.
Okay. Should she go seek out a shaman and become their
Yes.
apprentice?
Yes.
Okay. She wants to know about who are her current spirit guides or angels.
She has two guides.
Mm-hmm.
One in particular comes to see her.
When she's meditating, when she's not.
Yes. And sends her messages. And when
Sensor.
she's not meditating, she talks to.
Mm-hmm.
She's not ready to see him.
Not ready to see him. Okay. Is there like one male and one female?
One is a male, the other is not human.
Okay. But it's a guide.
Yes.
Okay. Do they send the hummingbirds and crows to see her?
Yes.
That's cool. Anything else they send to see her?
Snakes.
Snakes?
Yes.
Is she ever in any danger from these snakes? Because she seems to run into a lot of poisonous ones.
No.
Okay. And so when the snakes are there, it's just like in the birds. Is there something that she's supposed to learn from that? Is it supposed to something that she's supposed to remember from that? Or are they just saying hi?
She asked for us to show ourselves to her.
Oh, okay. So you guys happen to have affinity for birds and snakes.
The hummingbird,
Mm-hmm.
it comforts her.
They're cute and funny, right?
We sent the hummingbird because she was having a terrible day.
And she knew that you sent it.
Yes.
That's great. And
She
what about?
knew.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
She knew. He hovered in front of her for a long time because we told him to.
That's awesome. What about crows?
The crows,
Isn't there a lot of symbolism behind crows, like kind of a hidden meaning to them?
Both she and her husband have been asking to get to a better spiritual place
Mm-hmm.
and to move on from where they feel stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Those are just to show them that they're on the right path.
Wonderful, wonderful. So just keep plugging along. Know that you're guided and trust the process.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Is there a way that she can better communicate with some of these animals that she sees so much?
Keep going into the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Keep grounding.
Mm-hmm.
Keep meditating outside.
I've been hearing that more and more lately. It's one thing to meditate, it's one thing to ground, but it's even better when you do them both at the same time.
Yes.
Wonderful.
She needs that connection.
Okay. And it doesn't matter if she's way out in the woods or just in the backyard. It's just as good
It
either
doesn't matter. To her, it matters.
way. Right, because she thinks it matters.
She thinks it matters. It doesn't matter.
Right, right. Because one tree is as good as the next one, right?
Yes.
One blade of grass
And
is as good as the next.
she knows that. It's just
Well,
prettier in the woods.
yes, it is, and it smells good. And you know what else? We don't got all that concrete out there, right?
There are much less distractions.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. I wanted to talk about her work a little bit. Excuse me, you guys are giving me a lot of energy. It always makes my nose run. Appreciate it though. She's the ultrasound tech. She does have some side jobs that she does as well. And there's a couple questions along these lines of work. First one is this serving her highest good?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And the next question is, she finds herself drawn to want to help people in ways that, based on knowledge and intuition that she has, that might not go with the job, or some of the people might be closed-minded. She wouldn't want to just come out and talk to them about it. Is there anything she can do in a situation where she sees a sad or concerned person, feels like she might be able to help, but they wouldn't necessarily be open to it?
She can ask their higher self. We don't know what is good for us all the time.
Oh,
She
but okay, go ahead, go ahead.
she can ask the higher self.
Mm-hmm.
She needs to keep doing ultrasound
Mm-hmm.
because she has a heart for the people that she takes care of.
Yes.
And this is becoming less and less. She doesn't like to listen to what she's being told to do at work,
Right.
but this is a good thing.
When you
And
mean she doesn't listen to what she's told to do, you mean by her bosses or by her higher self and guides?
by her bosses.
Okay. Okay. So, but just do your job, but she can still help people on a greater level.
She'll know the limit.
So some women more than others.
Yes.
Okay.
They come to her on purpose.
Right. And sometimes they know it and sometimes they don't.
Yes.
Okay. But she can ask their higher self for permission, and now she's not violating anybody's free will.
Just by coming into contact with her is helping them heal.
Mm-hmm. Because they're like seeing her light or something like that.
Yes.
Okay. So in a sense, she could just work on herself and she would help everybody else.
She doesn't have to do anything. She just keeps
Just be.
loving.
Mm-hmm. Spread the love, and it's serving the greatest good, and this is where we want you right now.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Is there a special spiritual gift that she can work on developing outside of the shamanism that we've already talked about?
She needs to work on knowing what feelings are hers and what are others.
So she's a little bit of an empath and doesn't know it?
Yes.
Has she always been?
Yes, but she asked for it to go away.
Mm.
And we
She can,
took a little bit away.
okay. But
She
it can
couldn't
come back.
handle it. She couldn't handle it, but
Mm-hmm.
it's starting to come back.
Okay. And so the key there will be to allow and just trust your feelings.
Yes, and separate yourself from others and protect yourself.
Okay. Protect yourself how?
She can shield herself
Okay. Using her mind.
using her mind and meditation.
Okay. And this way, when something's coming in that she doesn't like the feeling of, she doesn't have to be an empath today. And then if an hour later she wants to be an empath again, she can be.
Yes.
So she can use it, she can basically turn it on and off, use it at will, as soon as she can start realizing when she's getting feelings that aren't hers.
Yes.
Okay. Is there an easy way for her to tell that a feeling is not hers?
This will take time.
Okay. So it's really just about practice and awareness.
Yes. And sometimes she needs to be by herself so that she knows what feelings are hers.
Oh, okay. So there again, meditate out in nature.
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay. Are there any significant past lives that you'd like to give her information on or that would be interesting to talk about here?
She has too much to work on in this lifetime right now.
Okay, so we don't want to just add on, pile on. Okay. What was the purpose of taking us to the place with the bunnies and the cave with the crystals? What was that place and why did we go there?
Unconditional love.
Okay.
This is something that she is learning.
Okay.
This has to do with the situations that she has been going through.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This is what's going to help her to get
And
through it the best.
unconditionally loving herself.
Oh, right. Because sometimes bad things happen to us and we think it's our fault and we blame it on ourselves.
Yes.
Okay. And that would help to get rid of a lot of the anxiety and stress, to just know that she's worthy of her own love.
Yes.
Because
she seeks the love of other people.
mm-hmm, for validation or something.
Needs validation.
Mm-hmm.
So she needs to unconditionally love herself without validation of others.
Right. Without, so saying, because somebody did something here that seems like it's disrespecting me, it has nothing to do with me. It has to do with them. And I'm still worthy of the love that I give myself because I love me.
Yes.
Thank you. That was a great message. I'm glad you sent us there. Is there a way that she can return there if she ever wants to? They said she'd been there before.
She can go back.
Okay. In meditation or dreams or something like that?
Yes.
Just whenever she feels like she needs to remember the feeling of unconditional love?
Yes, right now she can go whenever she wants to.
Okay. And she could even talk to her new friend Blue, if she wanted to?
Yes. She needs to talk to Blue.
Needs to talk to Blue. Okay. And Blue will always be happy to talk to her. He would never feel put out or anything, right?
Yes.
Because he embodies unconditional love.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you're just doing such a wonderful job. I really appreciate you, Tanisha's higher self. You're very easy to understand and hear, and you come through great. And does she hear you often, or you going to be in more touch with her from here on out?
We You're getting louder.
Okay. Okay. And we're going to talk to those two guides in a little bit here too. So I want them to, stay on deck, because if they have something they want to come through and talk about, I'm going to give them an opportunity. All right.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys are switching back and forth on me, but I don't feel like you are.
No.
Okay. So she she had a dream recently that felt very, very real. There was a being, not human, standing over her. There's a woman next to him, seemed to be examining his body, putting his hands on her, claimed to be Jesus, but wasn't. Can you tell us about this? What was that?
This was not a dream.
What was it?
This was an entity.
Mm-hmm.
She is getting on a better path.
Mm-hmm.
He knows her fears.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure everybody would be afraid of waking up with an entity standing over you and his hands on your belly.
He appeared to be an alien, but he was not.
Mm.
She is terrified of aliens.
Okay.
He was trying to put the attachment back
Mm.
because this was causing her so much grief,
Mm-hmm.
and she was feeling better, and he didn't like it.
Right. So they want to hold her down.
Yes.
Instead of letting her light shine. Who was the woman standing next to him, or what appeared to be?
She was just a projection.
Okay.
She
So
was real.
there was one thing there. Okay. And
She
so, go ahead.
She doesn't like nurses either.
So let's talk about this fear of aliens. Is there any reason for that? I mean, does that go back to some traumatic event? Was there ever any aliens involved in her life?
No.
Okay. It's just something.
Not anything bad.
Right. Nothing real.
Nothing real. She's had encounters with those of the light.
Mm-hmm.
However, this just stems from childhood.
Mm-hmm. Is that her galactic family?
Yes.
What is her galactic origins?
I can't give her that information.
Okay. How's the body scan coming along? I just want to. Is it done? Is things still be working on? Is there anything interesting that we can talk about that might require an illumination?
The attachment is gone.
Mm-hmm.
She's just the inflammation.
Okay.
She has inflammation in other areas of the body, not just the gut.
Not just
the joints, all throughout her joints are all
mm-hmm.
inflamed.
Like an arthritis type of thing?
Yes.
Okay. And this comes from the diet and the stress?
Yes.
Okay.
Some just from lifestyle.
Okay.
She has the right shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
That's just from lifestyle.
Okay. Like what we call like a repetitive motion type of injury?
Yes.
Okay. So maybe she needs to take a little vacation once in a while and just favor that, just not work that shoulder out or something?
Just change the way She sits at work.
Mm-hmm. She like leans on that arm or something like that.
Yes, and the spine.
Oh, right. Okay. Maybe a better chair or desk or a different height or something like that.
Yes, or standing.
Standing. Okay. Right, because they got those new desks where you can like raise it up and lower it as you want. Something like that.
No.
Just
Leaning,
don't sit as much and don't lean when you sit.
don't lean over the patients.
Okay. And if she was going to do it, maybe she would. Is it possible for her to like switch up sides so that it's more evened out? You know what I'm saying? Like be on the left one time and on the right another time, something like that.
Just not be afraid to ask people to move as well, so that they can
Oh,
better.
right. Because they're going to be gone in a minute. I got to be here all day.
Yes.
Okay, wonderfully helpful. And this entity that wants to keep putting attachment back on the pelvis. If she ever sees that again, she doesn't need to be afraid of it anymore now. She can just be like, be gone. We don't want you around here, right? And it'll go.
Yes.
Okay. And she can
Jesus.
shield herself.
Jesus came when she called on him.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so he's been kind of permanently banished then?
Yes.
Okay.
Because he pretended.
Right, that's against the rules, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But she knew.
Is there any reason for us to bring Jesus in at this time? Is he needed now?
No.
Okay. Thank you, Jesus, for your help in the past.
She just needs to love herself
Oh, yeah, that's right.
again and not look for so much from other people.
So she used to love herself. She knows what this feels like. She's just forgotten it
Yes.
or disregarded it.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. So how do we raise our vibration enough to communicate with Gaia and all of her creation?
We have to touch everything.
Like when she petted Blue in the cave.
Yes.
Okay.
We need to be outside. We need to take off our shoes.
Mhm.
And we need to meditate.
Mhm.
And it doesn't matter if it's just in the yard.
Mhm.
But if you can get outside.
Mhm. This is right. Sunshine, air,
Yes.
birds, trees, all that stuff is good. It doesn't matter where you see it, right?
Yes. And the sunshine is important.
Okay. Sunshine's good for her.
Yes.
Okay. Should she take part in any kind of like sun gazing or anything?
Yes.
Okay. I know there's many different ways to do that. They have one way where you look at it just as it's coming up in the morning and you add 5 seconds on a day till you get 15 minutes. And then there's other ways you could just do it whenever you want, but you just have your eyes closed. Do you have any recommendation for the best sun gazing regimen for her?
Just to start slow because she'll try
Yeah,
to overdo it.
we don't want that. Not when it comes to sun gazing. Okay. Sounds like you guys know her pretty good. All right, and just a moment here. Is there anything you'd like to say to people at home that are watching this about the event and what's coming up with the shift of Gaia?
We don't have a choice now. Everyone is going to go through the shift.
I think that sounds great. So you're saying because the progress is a little faster than we were expecting, huh?
More people are catching on.
Mhm.
More people are being outside.
Mhm.
And those who are working on things and meditating and having a better connection with the earth
Mm-hmm.
are affecting those around them.
They're bringing people along with them.
It's like the flu.
Well, best flu ever. All right. Also, I just want to ask that if you can, I mean, I don't know how much of this will actually make it to video, but whatever it does, I always just like to ask that the right people be brought to see it, that will get the messages that they will find the most uplifting. Any help you can give with that is always appreciated. Are there any activations, upgrades, anything of that type of nature that Tanisha is ready for or can receive today? Chakra openings, I don't know, things like that.
She's getting those.
All right. And how will she feel that as a difference in her day-to-day life moving forward?
She's going to be more tolerant of most things that cause her upset in her life, and just know that this energy is not hers,
Right.
and that there are forces or entities that do not want to see us
What are they going to have to feed off of if we're gone?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So if she can recognize
Mm-hmm.
that the negativity is mainly that,
Mm-hmm.
then things will be better.
Okay. I'd also like to ask at this time that any negative energy that is around Emily, her household, or family that requires healing or needs to be shown to the light, I would like to ask that could be done at this time so it serves the highest good, please. I often hear that there's negative energy swirling around. They just want to be healed too. So I'm just inviting or asking that for healing for anything else that's there on the land that they live on, the house they're in, everything. All right. Just a moment here. Oh, is there a message you'd like to give to the practitioner, me, some advice or guidance as I'm continuing on this path? I'm kind of new to this, and any guidance is appreciated.
Keep practicing.
Hmm.
Make sure you're taking time for yourself as well.
This is what I do for myself. I'm having a great time. All right, I'll get outside more. All right. How's that?
Pet your dog.
Oh, I love that. Okay. You got it. Anything else? Any other guidance for the practitioner as he moves on his path?
Listen to your guides. Make sure you have a good connection with the person that is coming to you.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean? Like somebody could come to me that I wouldn't have a good connection with? Or maybe not every client, I shouldn't just take every person that comes to me. I should be picky sometimes? Or I don't understand what you're getting at.
Just make sure that the people that are coming to you
Mhm.
are coming for the right reasons.
What would be the wrong reason?
There may be some self-service.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'll keep an eye out for that.
But you'll know.
All right. Good. Good. And if that were the case, I could still take the client. I just need to guide them that the self-serving part isn't going to fly.
Yes.
I mean, I could still do some healing for them, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I really appreciate you. You've just been wonderful today. Okay. I'm going to, in a moment here, ask if the guides want to come in and talk a little bit. Before I do that, I would really like to thank you for your time and energy and effort and all the great information you provided here, Tanisha's higher self. Is there any last thing that you would like to give to her as a message, to me, or to any of the people that might be watching this video in the future?
We need to help people get to a state of unconditional love.
Mhm.
And this is the most important thing. Every person has to love themselves or they cannot care for others.
Right. Okay. I'm petting my dog right now. All right. Okay. Thank you very much. I would like to ask if the either of the guides would like to come in and chat with us right now. Would either one like to come in and talk?
Yes.
Okay. And please come through now. And who am I talking to? Are you male or female?
Male.
Okay. And is there one? I'm just talking to one of you, or is there two?
Just one.
Okay. Is there a name that I can use? There doesn't need to be. I know they don't always want to give one. Does she know your name?
She doesn't.
Okay. Do you want her to?
No.
Okay. All right. So the male guide. You're the one that used to be human, right?
Yes.
Are you an ancestor?
No.
Okay. How do you come to be associated with Tanisha?
I chose her.
Before this life, after it, halfway through, when?
Yes. Before this life.
Okay. And do you serve the light? Do you work with Jesus?
I do.
All right, thank you. Um, how did this process go of you choosing her, or how did that unfold?
I chose to be a guide instead of coming back.
Mm. And then were you assigned to something? They said, well, if you're going to be a guide, then you're getting Tanisha, or they said, okay, great, you can be a guide, pick anyone you want.
I chose her.
Okay. Okay. And was that because of how she was then, or because of the life that you knew she was going to choose to lead?
It was because of the life that I knew she would be leading.
Okay. And so you knew it was something that you might be able to help her with, and that maybe even you might gain something from observing?
Yes.
It's wonderful. And how did you expect that this I'm sorry, I'm fumbling for a question here. What did you think you were going to get out of it on your end? How was it going to help you with your development?
I went through a similar situation
Mm-hmm.
when I was alive.
Mm.
I did not handle it well.
Mm. And
But
were you male then?
yes, I was.
Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead. What you're gonna say?
She's handling it much better than I did.
That's because she has you as a guide, maybe.
I know what mistakes I made.
That's wonderful, wonderful. And I would like to just ask that, is there anything that I can do or Tanisha can do at this time that will help to strengthen the connection between you two? And is that something that you would want?
I do.
Okay.
She can keep talking to me because I'm always here.
Okay. And I've heard that when the person goes out and has fun and when they laugh and enjoy themselves, that the guides just laugh along with them and have just as much fun too.
Yes.
All right. And so that would probably be one of the better things she could do for you. If she wanted to give back because you're such a good guide. The way she would give back would be by having fun.
Yes.
Anything else?
When she spends time with her children,
Mm-hmm.
she does things for them and it brings her joy. That makes me so happy.
Wow, you have a really wonderful energy. Getting me a little teared up. Okay, so you like that feeling that she gets when she's doing the real maternal things,
Yeah.
the real mom stuff.
She was supposed to be a mom.
And so it's fun for you to observe and watch and be part of.
Yes.
All right. Now, is there any particular message that you would like to give to Tanisha today, now that you have this chance to come out and talk in this manner?
Not to push so hard to try to see, because I'm always here. I'm always listening, and I will answer you in one way or another. You may not like it.
Like setting a snake.
The snakes were just to get her attention at first,
But then they work, so you want stay with it.
but she likes them now.
Isn't that funny? How that works sometimes. Okay. And is there any other messages you'd like to give her?
Just to keep talking to us.
Okay. And that connection will get more and more clear. She's going to hear you better, feel you
Yes.
better. She doesn't have to see you, right?
Yes, it has to be gradual because she's not ready yet.
Okay. But as time progresses and she practices, then the time can be ready.
Yes.
Okay, that's wonderful. Very happy to hear that. Since you're such a good guide, I already asked her higher self this, but is there any advice you have for the practitioner, me, as I'm moving along my healing path?
Keep making people laugh.
I'm glad you say that because sometimes I worry about it, like people will think I'm not serious or something.
And don't worry about what other people are going to think all the time.
All right. Thank you very much. I know there's another guide there. Would they like to talk as well? I think that one might be a little more on the shy side.
They can talk today.
Okay. I wanted to ask you, when were you last incarnated on the planet? Like the life, not, wait, let me back up. Not when you were last here. When was the life that you had where you didn't do as good as she's doing now with the same problems? When was that?
I can't give that information.
Okay. How long did you wait before you decided whether you were going to come back down or be a guide?
I had to wait for her.
Oh, okay. So you weren't necessarily waiting for yourself. You were waiting until she was ready to come down.
Yes.
You've been with her since the day she was born.
Yes.
All right. Do you want to tell us the story of what went down in your life? I mean, like, we don't know who you are. We don't know when it happened. What happened, man? Tell me. What did you mess up? Tell us an interesting story that we can all learn from.
I was not good to my wife
Mm-hmm.
or my children.
Mm. Sad. Was it because of something like a mistaken idea that you had in your head? Something that wasn't real, or was it because of how you were treated when you were younger? What?
Things were different back then.
Mm-hmm. Just how everybody was.
Yes.
Like they took family for granted, like they were property.
Yes.
Okay. And so since you can't really, oh, well, I guess you can. You get the option. You could go back and try it again, or you can be a guide. And there are other options too?
Yes. But I chose to help someone get through a similar situation.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different situation,
Mm-hmm.
but similar.
Right. Same type of emotions, right?
Yes.
Same type of wounds that need to be healed.
I had great loss in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I was not good to my wife or my children, and I lost mine.
You lost your wife and children?
Yes.
Very sad. Very sad. Okay. Um, is there, let's see, I can't remember. I've asked a lot of questions here. I'm almost done for the day. Was there any other messages you wanted to give to Emily before I'm done here?
No.
How's that?
Good.
I mean, I don't know if there's going to be anything in there that's going to be usable for me, but as a video, but I feel like you really got almost everything you need out of that. I don't know how much of it you remember. I'm going to send you some.
I'm a blur.
It's a lot to unpack there too, I think, but you need to remember you're supposed to talk to Blue more often.
Mm-hmm.
He's good for you. He's got that unconditional love stuff that you forget about. And they like you at your job where you're at. They say you're good there. It's good for you. Just don't lean over people. Make them move.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So keep that right
I'm bad
shoulder
about
good.
that.
You're the
I like to make
boss. I mean, they
other
can
people
say
happy.
you, right? What?
I like to make other people happy.
Yeah, well,
And,
you can make them happy and not hurt yourself at the same time. All right.
true.
Because eventually it'd be worth. We got to get all over all that stress and anxiety. We already knew that, right? I mean,
Right.
you knew that. But maybe this will help. Kind of clarity and the a lot of times when we ask the higher self and angels and things like this, we say, can we give them any activations and upgrades and things like this, right? And they'll say, yeah, it's already being done. Well, why? How? Because through the process of doing this is a process of remembering.
Right.
And that's what the upgrade really is, right? Remembering who you are, remembering who you were, remembering what you will be, remembering the connection that you actually have with your guides and knowing that it's real. That's the other thing you should get is kind of a validation. I've been hearing a voice in my head. I can't be hearing a voice in my head. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's why you're hearing a
Right.
voice in your head. So they're there for you. They want you to keep practicing, keep moving forward, and that connection can become stronger and stronger. A lot of times when people will have a session like this with me, that connection is super cemented in.
Right.
She's not quite ready for that, right?
Right.
But she can get there if she wants to be that way. Also, I don't remember. I forget what. Usually takes me a day or two to get around to sending a video. This is for
Yeah, I'm
me.
in no rush.
Yeah, these sessions they're so right brain, and the videos are so left brain, and it takes me a while to I fight the urge to, to switch back over. I like that right brain place. Once I get there, I kind of get stuck there a little bit. God, I wish I could remember what else was important to tell you there. Oh, how about the one that dream you had where the dude was trying to put the thing back in your pelvis? Did you even know you had something in your pelvis that was removed with the Reiki?
Well, I was told that I had an attachment, like cord.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes sense now of like I could feel this thing pushing on different areas of my body, but it makes sense
Mm-hmm.
now that I think about it.
Mm-hmm. That stress and anxiety too can cause cancer.
Yeah,
So I mean,
that's
it's literal life or death, right? So just you got to figure out a way past that.
right.
It's also messing up your joints too. So, and I mean, I can tell you're an active physical person when you get out, move around and do things. So, once again, get rid of that, right? And of course, and they were saying, you don't have to. Being out in nature doesn't mean you have to be out, and you just go out in the backyard, right?
Right.
And I think the funniest thing I said, why do you guys keep sending snakes at her? And they said, well, at first it was to get her attention, but she likes them now. I just thought that was hilarious.
It's true.
Yeah. And they wanted you to go like on some shamanic journeys. I know you can look that up online.
That was surprising.
Yeah, it was too. Because usually I would expect somebody to kind of have something like that kind of tickling at the back of their brain, and you've already started, like, you're into Reiki 2, and they're like, oh, go do shamanism. And I was like, oh, I thought for sure they're going to say do Reiki 3, right?
Yeah.
And but the thing about shamanism is it's all about the animals, it's all about the earth, it's all about the stuff that you really love. So in a way, it does make sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that shamanic journeys is just a whole nother kind of healing. You can't heal people until you've healed yourself enough. Right. So this is probably why they don't say, well, Reiki 3 is not going to matter. Right.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But the shamanic journeying, that will be a process of healing yourself. And then the other thing is that the more healed you are, you just have to show up at work every day and just be you then. You don't have to try to help people, don't have to try to do anything special or extra. If their higher self wants you to, you can. But really, the more healed you are, you're just there, and people are going to see it and get the vibe and realize that there is light in the world.
Right.
And so you just have to be there and be yourself. And the better you that you are, the more that you'll actually help them. So the key for you, if you want to stay in ultrasound, you want to help people more than you are, is actually to help yourself.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Because you take these classes like Reiki 1 and 2, and you're like, I have to use this. I have to, help everybody. And I see all these people, they're hurting. I need to help them. And sometimes I guess you just don't really have to do anything. Just be a light for them.
Just be. A lot of times, so often people say, what's my mission? What's my purpose? Well, to be you exactly where you're at right now. Oh, and by the way, try to have a little fun while you're at it, because the guys like that.
Yeah.
They love it when you're doing real mom stuff too.
Thank you so much for doing this. It's really eye-opening. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And going out, having fun, and enjoying yourself.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. So there's that. Okay. I think I'm about done with you. You got any other questions or anything for me?
No, I think that's it. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it was fun.
Sorry, I couldn't be more of help.
That's okay. I didn't really think that was going to work that way. I just promised I would ask.
Right.
But I do think one thing I think is funny was that I think I was telling you these things, they always start slow and clunky, and then
Mm-hmm.
it slips into a groove, right?
Right.
And I can't remember if that was you I was talking to about that, but it was like so that way. There's like some bunnies in a cave, and we're like, what the fuck, right?
Yeah.
What is this all about? What does that have to do with anything, right? And then it ends up in the end. But so I was asking my higher self, why was that? What was that all about? And they're like, well, he's blue, and he'd be friends. So you know what? The guides, it's going to take some practice and stuff like that. I think
Mm-hmm.
blue, you might just be able to start talking to him right up.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to send you emotions and love. And anyways, like he's kind of like your version of the rose quartz Madonnas to me.
Yes.
Yeah. And the thing I always do with the rose quartz Madonnas is like whenever I'm getting stressed or going too fast or my heart's fluttering or I'm watching the news and it's making me like I just ask for those rose quartz Madonnas to fill my heart up with a little bit of that love, and it just to calm me down, right?
Mm-hmm.
You guys just calm me down, right? I'm getting worked up here. I'm getting my adrenaline going. I'm too hyper, right? Whatever it is, I just ask them to calm me down, and so I have to talk with Blue, and maybe you will, but and I want to know about it if you do, but
Mm-hmm.
for you to be able to say, hey, Blue, can you just give me some of that love feeling and just calm me down right now? He's gonna
Yeah,
be
I
there.
think it's funny because it's exactly what I need.
Like I think that of anything will be like the single most beneficial thing, because the rest is all going to unfold over time. But I
Right.
think that's something that you can have now and forever as a gift. Hey, don't forget you're an empath too. God, I always tell everybody like the hardest thing, like of all the gifts a person could have, like clairvoyance and clairaudience and telekinesis, right? The hardest thing there is to be is an empath that doesn't know they're an empath.
Mm-hmm.
All right, like that is literally it's like it's great and it's a curse,
Yeah.
right? And so you have to just be aware of that. I see so often these empaths that like hop on an elevator and they're pissed off,
Yes.
and then they get off the elevator and they're in a good mood again. And they're like, huh? You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Right. So you got to be aware of that, and there's this kind of a thing. I thought they would throw this out there, but there's this kind of a thing of self-questioning, right? Who am I? Who am
Mm-hmm.
I? What am I? Right? And when you get to know that, then you can know that something is of you or not of you.
Right.
Right? And so the other thing you're going to say, is this me? Is this my thought? Is this my emotion that I'm having right now? Or is it somebody that just walked down the hallway?
Right.
Right? Or is it the person that's about to come in the room? Right? Because and I know you get
And
that.
I'm around people
I
all
know,
day.
yeah, right. I know you get the one where people come in and they're stressed and anxious, and you can tell that's coming off of them.
Mm-hmm.
But this happens in other situations and with different emotions as well. So you just need to kind of get a feeling of like, okay, I'm getting uptight, so let's get Blue in to calm me down, and then let's ask ourselves, was that even mine?
Right.
Okay. And you know what? Keep in touch with me. I'd love to hear how people are progressing along and how things are going. Okay.
Okay, awesome.
All right. I hope you have a great night, and
You too.
go say hi to the kids. Bye bye.
All right. Thanks.
Mhm.